What you're about to hear is a mystery that has remained unsolved for centuries. Watch carefully, all the way to the end. Perhaps you will be the one to finally uncover the truth. There are moments in history that feel less like events and more like whispers carried across centuries. One of those whispers comes from a single night beneath the shadow of the Great Pyramid of Giza. A night whose lone protagonist was one of history's greatest military minds, Napoleon Bonaparte. The year was 1798. Napoleon had launched his ambitious Egyptian campaign across the lands of the Ottoman Empire. But what he brought with him was far more than an army. He arrived with 167 scholars, scientists, engineers, historians, and artists determined not only to conquer territory, but to uncover the very roots of history, knowledge, and ancient civilization. Yet Napoleon carried a private obsession: the pyramids. To him, they were not just monuments of stone. They held something else, a secret, a power, perhaps even a forgotten intelligence older than any empire. And so, one night, without informing anyone, Napoleon made a decision that would follow him for the rest of his life. He would enter the Great Pyramid alone. His officers were stunned when he ordered everyone to stay outside. No guards, no guides, no weapons. Just Napoleon, descending through narrow stone passages into a darkness untouched for thousands of years. He reached what the ancients called the King's Chamber, a place believed to hold the essence of a pharaoh's journey into eternity. There he remained for hours. Inside, the silence was so absolute that even time itself seemed to hesitate. The cold stones, echoing with footsteps from forgotten centuries, felt as though they were watching him, as if the pyramid itself were alive, breathing around him, guarding a secret only the worthy could sense. What happened in that room has never been recorded. But at dawn, Napoleon stepped out of the pyramid looking pale and shaken. His officers immediately sensed something was wrong. His face had lost its color. His hands trembled. His eyes stared into nothing, as if returning from a place no human should ever see. When they asked what happened inside, Napoleon uttered only one sentence: "I will never speak of what I experienced. Even if I did, you would never believe me." And he never mentioned that night again. Over the years, the story grew into legend. Some historians believe the experience changed him profoundly, reshaping not just his worldview, but perhaps even the choices that shaped Europe. Others claim that inside the King's Chamber, Napoleon saw a vision of his own destiny, his rise, his fall, and his final exile, all unfolding in the silence of that stone tomb. Those drawn to the mystical say something else entirely: that time behaved differently inside the pyramid, that Napoleon stepped into a moment outside of reality, into a doorway of consciousness carved by an ancient civilization whose knowledge we still cannot comprehend. Whatever the truth is, one thing is clear: Napoleon walked into that pyramid as a man and walked out as someone changed forever. And today, deep within the stones of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the echo of that night still lingers, a secret sealed in darkness, waiting for someone brave enough or foolish enough to uncover what Napoleon saw. Some mysteries age with time, This one was born in it.